Hello. Today, let's discuss analogies. Analogies, sometimes when you think of it practically, barely one question or only two questions in CAT, but they form a very integral part of nearly all the speed-based exams. Say for example, we consider a SNAP for symbiosis, or probably Narsimonji, NMAT, or even an IFT. These would be early two-digit number of questions, say probably around 10 questions. They become important because it's something which cannot be done overnight, because analogies demand a good control of vocabulary and, on the other hand, a sound understanding of the relationship of the words which have been given. If you consider what is an analogy generally, for example, is something like this: a man is to mammal, therefore lizard is to what? Now, man is to mammal should make me think what is the relationship between the two. When I say man is to mammal, I know this is about an individual to a class that he belongs to. Similarly, I need to figure out what the class of a lizard is. A lizard is a reptile, so my answer should be the lookout for the word reptile. Where all, in such a simple process, where can they really put you on a back foot? One is giving you really difficult words or some things which are not a part of your vocabulary. And in vocabulary, it's very simple. Either I know or I don't know. There is nothing which I can sit and logically figure out. The second such thing is to put in reasonably difficult options, because if the words in the options are difficult, it becomes difficult to eliminate those options. Third such thing is to play on trick, or probably play on the ability to do careless mistakes by the student. Say for example, in a similar question where I say man is to mammal, had I said instead of putting in rat is to rodent in the option, a rat is a rodent. But instead of putting in a rat is to rodent, I put in rodent is to rat in the options. A student generally gets happy because he found the relationship and he found an option which is similar to a relationship, but does not mean that that's the right answer. So we have to first of all understand the words, fetch the relationship, go to the options, hope that the options are all something that you're able to decipher categorically, and find your answer and put it there. This was the first variety that I wanted to pick up today, which was individual is to class. A couple of them are something which we are so used to in our daily lives. Say for example, tool is to actions. When I say needle, it is to sew, therefore spanner is to tighten. On the other hand, if I say shovel is to, again here the question is on the vocabulary. We might not know what's a shovel, or probably in common usages we might not know what is an oar. A shovel is to scoop, whereas an oar is used to row a boat. Had we known these things, it would have been very simple to capture these kind of questions. Another variety is individual to a dwelling place, or probably living thing to a dwelling place. A dog in a kennel, cattle in a shed, fish in an aquarium. The next one could be horse, not familiar but it's a stable. Or a monk is to monastery. We've heard, but we might not be able to fetch that categorically until given the right options. The fourth variety we look for today is the study is to a topic. This gets niche because not everybody would be comfortable. For example, study of birds is called ornithology. Study of language and implications of language is called semantics. Study of mankind is anthropology. Now that I've given these three examples, if I ask you what is the study of insects, it boils down to vocabulary again, and it is entomology. This brings us to the end of probably the fourth type. We've just about discussed individual to a class, living thing to a dwelling place, instrument or probably study is to the topic, and instrument to the actions, or tool is to the actions. Another one is the worker is to working place. A worker is to working place, a chef is to kitchen, mechanic is to garage, pilot is to cockpit. Yes, engineer is to site. This is one other category. On the other hand, if I just tweak it a little and say mason is to wall becomes his product. So similarly, a goldsmith is to ornament, or a chef is to food, bartender is to drinks. Now these are all worker is to product relationships. Another one is the quantity to the unit. Say for example, length is measured in meters, resistance is measured in ohms. Now these terms we have used during our 8th, 9th and 10th standard science, but there would be a set of students who've left these three subjects say way back after 10th standard. So it should be 3 to 4 years since they've really come across these terms as a part of regular usage. Here, obvious addition to vocabulary, but secondly, this might end up helping a small portion of the takers. Words like potential is to volt or force is to Newton are technical, but we don't have much options. We do have to go ahead and do this variety also, which is quantity is to unit. The last variety that we'll discuss is the instrument is to the measurement. Again, thermometer we know is used to measure the temperature, and a balance is used to measure the mass. But something as technical as an ammeter we would need to add to our vocabulary is to measure the current, or an odometer is used to measure the speed. If we think of what all we've added today, we've done individual is to class, living thing is to dwelling place, instrument is to the measurement, study to the topic, quantity to unit, tools to actions, worker to working place, worker and product. Again, as a tip, whenever you come across a question on analogies, the first thing that you do is look out for the relationship. If the question is out of your vocabulary any which ways, you can't do anything about it. But once you know, avoid any careless mistake, because CAT a lot of times plays notorious by giving you options flipped the other way around. Say for example, if A is to B is the relationship, and they give you an option which is C is to D, which is supposedly the correct answer, they will just play a little smart and put it as D is to C. If we get excited about the question and for the fact that we know the relationship, we might end up taking a wrong answer and succumb to some careless mistakes. As for analogies, add a lot to your vocabulary, practice relationships, and be careful. Best of luck.